pandemic. But we worked with real reward. The extraordinary and they were very especially formed
is an incredible look.
Slate 5, take 2.
I know it's taken a long time to get this project off the ground. Richard, Rachel, Max on board, and they've absolutely grabbed it by the horns and have run with it. Full engagement and really wanted it to be a super production.
Yeah, that sounds great.
It wouldn't have perpetuated itself to seeing what we're getting captured on set. And I think for all the students that are working on this, there's now, I'd like to think, a newfound appreciation which can't actually be done in the classroom.
It's good to have the experience of on set, what it's like. It's nothing that I thought it would have been like, but it's been good. I really enjoy it, and hopefully I can make a career out of it.
I didn't think it would be this big, and I feel honoured to be a part of it.
And it's been all the way down from script to camera plan, to the blueprint, to the storyboard, and so much thought about every single shot.
Would never have had this opportunity if it wasn't for the funding from Place 21. I mean, the whole thing wouldn't have gone ahead without that funding, but actually the fact that it's enabled students to have such a valuable industry opportunity to get industry experience and to be right by the side of the people who know exactly what they're doing, and to work along the stunt guys and to be taught by a fight choreographer, you know, it's just an exceptional experience. I think they're going to be very excited to see the final film.
Like, I never really knew how much hard work actually goes into it to like make a film. But like, after seeing this from start to finish, it's kind of like, wow, amazing how much goes into it, and it's pretty cool to be a part of it.
Hold the light! Stay with me! On my command, unleash hell!
And I will say, I know it's a bit cringy, but it's like magic occurs when the camera's rolling.
Faster, faster, go, 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 action! Release. Cut! When we started this project, I knew that the script was like really difficult to achieve, and we were asking students to do the makeup, so my expectation wasn't really that high. And we're super lucky we've got this amazing makeup department from the college, and all of them are super enthusiastic and really talented, so they look incredible. And it's not easy, like this stuff peels off and has to be reapplied and stuff, so it's a really difficult job.
Really ambitious short film, really ambitious, but I think we've had so many talented people on board that it's just, you know, it's enabled us to do it really. And I think we couldn't have done it without any single one person. Every single person has been integral.
Absolutely fantastic. Like the whole thing, it just all kind of went together nicely. You know, as I said, a few issues this evening, but nothing we can't solve. There are no problems, only solutions. But yeah, I mean, it's fantastic.
Witness greatness.
Wow, so good. And looking at that, you almost want to watch the behind the scenes just as much as you want to watch the film. We'll take a look at the trailer in just a moment. Before we move on though, I just want to, how many other people at the college film, inspiration people that want to be filmmakers? Well, as we all know, behind the scenes, there's so many more.
Yeah, so as a college, quite lucky. Then the so really
Just incredible to see how many, just to you guys, how many people did so many incredible things and all I feel. Let's take a little look at the trailer. Let's quick look at
Find yourself a quiet, peaceful place where you can fully relax.
Hiya!
Jesus.
What are you doing?
Where's your mother?
What's that? My brother. His name's Maximus. You've probably heard of him, right?
No.
Weird. He's a warrior.
East Battalion! Hold the line! This is us!
The unit grows in strength. Sir, there's no hope.
Maximus? It's nothing. There's always hope. There is always hope.
Maximus, we're almost there. You must keep fighting.
When the odds are stacked against us, we fight. Today, we fight.
Doesn't it look so good? Who doesn't love a romantic comedy? Maximus, Ben, thank you so much. Absolute pleasure. Right, let's get back to some more live music. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you 3 Years Younger.
He kissed at 12 with another. The club where we were made for each other. No one strong enough to recover. Life's over hard, chase another. Starstruck and night, I remember. scream and run, tipsy pleasures. Music turned up as the lights went down. A chorus of voices gave life to the town. Stand up now, God, take away my throne. I should have known it wasn't mine to. Oh, good luck now, God, turn the smile, he's gone. Second night I have to dance alone. Eternal love for an evening. And stop me eating and breathing. Please take me back, you have turned too hard. The further you run, the faster my heart. Stand up now, God, take away my throne. I should have known it wasn't mine to. Oh, good luck now, God, turn to smile, he is cold. Second night I have to dance alone. When you said that we had something different, then you stood up and you danced with her. Morning after messaging so easy, then you turned and left me on the curb. Stand up now, God, take away my throne. I should have known it wasn't mine to. Oh, good luck now, God, and the smile he's cloned. Second night I have to dance alone.
Wow.
Thank
3
you.
years younger. Amazing. We'll get another track from those guys very soon. Right, let's move on with our incredible special guest from the world of art and entertainment. Let's talk to Seymour. How are you, sir?
I'm very well, thank you.
So good to have you here with us. Thank you for coming. Tell us a little bit what you do. 'Cause again, you're another one of these guys here that have so many hats in so many different departments and so many different worlds.
Many hats. I am the king of.
Who
No,
doesn't
stop.
love that? Hey, listen, when you've got hair like that, my friend, never cover that.
My hair
bad boy
is a
up.
hat.
That
There's
is
no-
a
yeah.
gorgeous piece
So
of
no
hair.
hat suit. It's a real problem, and if any of you out there help, please do. No, I run. I used to be like a full-time musician. I left school angry with the world and joined a punk band. Worked out nicely for about 7. But after that, I realised the thing that I'd really missed growing up was kind of until a certain point in my life, there were no adults kind of making me feel that what I wanted to do with my life was valid. So I had a real bee in my bonnet about giving people. It was interesting what Cad was saying earlier about giving people a platform, trying to bring people together in a really positive way, and that was what was lacking in various growing up here in the 90s. We had if you were into theatre, there was Suffolk people, which was the free thing you could do every summer that gave you something to live for. But if you were into music, nothing. You had to go to Ipswich, Cambridge. But at that time, the Ipswich, Cambridge, and Bury music kind of very mutually fit. No one really worked together. So I really wanted to start putting on events, and that's what I did. So I went and lived in London as part of a lovely scene in South London for a long time. And then when I came back here, I wanted to put on nights where people feel welcome, and there was none of that rock star ego kind of thing. Because I think we're at a point now where I think we realise the whole kind of rock star Bristol thing. That's not what it's about. You know, you have to fight. You have to fight together. The only way that good stuff happens is that we work together, trying to help each other out. So I love the fact that tonight we've got people from Cambridge, various disciplines here, talking about wanting the same thing. It didn't be like did used to way. What I really want to see happen now, 'cause I'm involved with Bury St Edmunds Fringe Festival. I want to happen now is that everyone does anything good to come together, and that includes the college. West Suffolk College is such an important thing in this town, but I never feel like it all crosses over the way it for this town is for that purpose. And for the whole East Anglian music and the whole East Anglian art. Why shouldn't the musicians be working with the artists and working with the poets, working with the writers, like, to make everything come together? And that's what we need.
One thing you mentioned, you touched on the fact you didn't have an adult presence in your life part of is that what you were saying? That there was no one sort of a grown up telling you what you want to do.
Yeah, I remember going to the careers office when I was at school. And I was already very and no one ever
I
took
find
the time
that hard to believe.
No one ever took the time to ask why. I go home with a book detailing on report with a book detailing all of the crime. No one ever thought to ask, why is this child unhappy? Because no one, I felt like I was worth it. And everyone needs to feel that they are valid, they matter. And that's under the art, some people only a skill they have. So we need for everyone. And there's this notion at the minute, right now they're talking about cutting money for the art and education. Again, for some people it's an absolute lifesaver. Without that, people will die because they will feel there's nothing for them to live for, or at least they'll wither on the vine and never achieve what they achieve. So the art, not culture, absolutely everything, right? Brings us all together, gives us, and also it's a massive industry that's being really open.
But that's fantastic because there are so many people that are, the college, for example, people that are going to see this that want to do something. Maybe they don't back in from their parents or don't get a job, don't see. There is a life out there, and you can do what you want. You living out a career out of life, not be held back. I think that's really important because there was no one in my world when I worked on TV. Everyone went, but other people do. Why don't you? You know what I mean? You just got to go for it. But I think that's very difficult. Avoid or someone support. I think it's incredible, like you does, and getting those people together that backgrounds that we would normally to do with, and now doing it. No,
Exactly. I had a very similar thing. I said I wanted to be a musician at school, and said, well, that's not happening. Get it? Why don't you be a priest?
Which musician were you most idolizing at the time?
Annie Lennox, my
Yeah.
first hero. Loved the Eurythmics, and probably Amos. Joe Stummer.
Ask your dad. Kid.
Yeah,
Ask your
these
dad.
were all like. Well, my dad had really good taste in music, bed records, and then my mum loves pop, Duran Duran and Madonna, and so I had like a good.
It's not her fault. Not her fault. She's not watching this. It's fine. I'm not in a lot of trouble. But
Mum, you were right about Duran Duran.
Clearly, I'm not coming around for Sunday lunch anymore. What would your advice be to young people now? And how can people here at DSTV get involved and maybe come together with what you do? Event. How can they work together to make history and this world so much more?
I mean, the advice that I always when my young fans right, the first, be nice. Don't off by what people tell you, because there will be people. No, fine you, and even if you don't end up being in a band as a career, help find yourself. That's what we all need. We need to find who we are. That's really important. The whole purpose of education, the whole purpose of everything we do for young people, is to help find who they are. Because without totally lost, you spend your life not knowing what you are, essentially live. That is the biggest crime that do not support arts and culture, help find what and who they are. And I'm not the only promoter in town. I have to stress. I put. Unfortunately, people can't look up to be here, but they are now trying to bring in. I put guitar music. That's not the only game in town. There's loads more out. The Hunter Club are now taking use Smokehouse in Ipswich and trying to bring in as much representation as possible, so that everyone can see a hero who could change life. Really important.
I'm going to go back to the fact I can't believe you're an angry kid. So thank you so much. Honestly, every word you've said is so important, and I think it's incredible what you do. Goes back to every one of them so far. You know, you're all doing the same thing. You're all promoting and helping give people what they deserve in life. This is the time to do it. Don't be put off. Go. Seymour for mayor. Honestly, too angry. Actually, do you know what? It might work. It might work. Seymour, thank you so much. Let's go over to the Big J. I can't call you Big J because I always called you Big J. This is Julian from Juice. Juice from Zach FM. But I can't call you now because you had a go at me because you said, is it because you put on a pound over lockdown? The pound. It's a pound max, and we can run that off. How are you, sir? Thank you so much for coming tonight.
Yeah, lovely. Let's swap to this one. I think the last time I went to a gig was the Stereophonics at the O2. And
that was in 1998, my friend.
That was last year, last March, and we got a brilliant band here. They are great. Sounds so
good.
So it's nice to be here, and it's nice to meet new people. I think as we were talking earlier, we said it's nice to talk to somebody that's not within your bubble.
Yeah,
and,
yeah. Although still socially distanced.
Yeah.
You work for Zach FM. You run Zach FM amongst many other strings to your bow. How has radio been affected during lockdown? Because some people said like they turned to radio. You know, radio was a comfort for a lot of people, particularly people that, you know, when we didn't know what was going on in the world and there was a lot of confusion to start with, you know, people like you were the comfort to look after people.
Things at Zach FM slightly changed because we couldn't do the breakfast show in the way that we did. Co-host, we had guests in the studio. You couldn't do that. You had to rely on doing things on the phone. And yourself, you were part of the team.
Yeah.
And
who you say?
Never. And you know, people couldn't come to the studio. They couldn't do shows. We set up a great system so everybody could remotely do their show from home. But that still has technical problems that don't always work as they should do. So kind of everything just went on hold. I think life went on hold while hopefully things are slowly getting back to normal. But it has changed things, and as far as advertising went with the radio station, so many businesses were closed. You're not going to advertise your business not open. So financially it impacted on the way the station run and the way we got through things and how we tried to fight during the lockdown.
It's really bizarre, isn't it? Because obviously it has a massive financial impact on the industry and of the art and entertainment instead, but also people crave the art and entertainment industry even more than ever. And I think it's when you miss it, when when we had it, we didn't know we missed it. You know, we made our decision of what theatres we went, what shows we saw. You working in radio, like I say, we needed you. We needed what you did. Give me a little bit of advice of what you think these guys here at DSTV can do with Zach FM, for example, because there is so many talented people in this room alone and so many more here at the college. I just think, you know, all of these people need to come together and we need to find a way to promote and build on what you do.
Definitely. I know one of the team here, Chelsea, she did bit 4 for us here at Zach FM. Chelsea's here somewhere. And I think when I first wanted to work in radio, I'd have driven to the other side of the world to do a radio show because I wanted to work in radio that much. And where do you find young people now that, if you are interested in radio, contact? Because there must be some young talent out there. And most of the radio stations, without getting into it, do have a lot of the radio stations now are taken over by big companies. You go into a studio and you play the 4 songs you have to play and say what you have to say. Where is the young talent? Where is the next kind of let me think of the next entertaining radio presenter? Where are you? Let us know.
Yeah, I still contracted to that company, so thank you so much, Juice, for ruining that until the legal team step in. By the way, Chelsea does do some stuff for Zach FM. Chelsea is here at the college now. I spoke to Chelsea earlier. and she said to me to get you to give her a job. She needs a radio show. When do you want to do it, Chelsea? Because let's make it happen. And we'll record. This is live TV, so you can't say no. What show do you have free? Maybe at the weekend, so Chelsea can come and pick. The CNC Weekend Show, the Craig and Chelsea Show. Well, we don't need you, my friend. Ladies and gentlemen from Zach, you got a job. When do you want to start? You're free whenever. Anyone else want a job on a radio show? Anyone? Everyone behind every camera. Anyone in the band want a job? You want to work on a radio show? No, you're not with your voice, my darling. You're amazing. You're going to be 02 in about a week. She sounds like Kate Bush. Again, ask your dad. Ladies and gentlemen, Juice from Zach FM. All right, talking about the incredible voices in the incredible band, let's get back for some more live music. This is 3 Years Younger.
So this song is called Close the Door, and it's about sad, bringing the. But
we'd like to dedicate this song to everybody who suffered throughout the last.
Shut the door to my room. People crowd the kitchen, my tube blasts from the speaker, fridge of drugs. For my scars, haven't left this flat in months, not like the other ones.
Bloody weak life on hold, all I've spent in a row. Thought this would be my break, college freedom, just forget. When I had gone at once, can't get out, I'm so stuck, so used to this, it makes me sick. Never normal, just for once.
Gotta face the fact I'll never be well again. Close the door to my friends. Pandemics don't die back then. Just broken mountain scars like these. Should be saved by now. Learn to bless the battle, so scared of how we rattle me myself. I can't tell this time I'm really you. There's not much left in me.
Bloody weak life on hold, all I've spent in a row. Thought this would be my break, college freedom, just forget. I made the same mistake, pushed myself past my break. Wanted to just try and live, not buckle over and break.
Gotta face the fact I'll never be well again. Close the door to my friends. Pandemics don't die back then. Just broken mountain scars like these. Time to give up now. I have no luck. The bound, not homebound. Race against the clock. Time to give up now. I have no luck. Bed bound, not homebound. My time is up. Time to give up now. I have no luck. Bed bound, not homebound. Race against the clock. Time to give up now. I have no luck. Bed bound, not homebound. My time is up. Gotta face the facts. I'll never be well again. Close the door to my friends. Pandemics don't die back then. Just broken mountain scars like these. Gotta face the facts. I'll never be well again. Close the door to my friends. Pandemics don't die back then. Just broken mountain scars like these.
Thank you. This next track that we're going to sing for you is called Paralysed, and this is about feeling stuck. Stuck in the mud and not knowing where to go.
Short break of relief, results shaking a hand, a number on a page. Being a lifelong plan, still scarred. We are.
A classroom saved her from the stabbing truth of life, but school has shut its doors, and now it bears the knife to scar your heart to hide. So please confront your past. She sits there paralyzed on my day alone, but white scars in the drop down curtain over the world. Her mother spent her 9 to 5 of panic for a girl. When will she fight back? The days of celebration can't fulfill her dreams. In the morning she wakes, same day on repeat, still cast astray. We are change your hope for life. Should have run away aged 5. 18 years of life, now she's on the other side. She falls, no more can save her girl. She screams and seems can't catch her dream. She can't fly, lost without her babied world. Since it all her life. Oh, come on, my boy, just move those wings, you'll die. Whoa. In this world, we all must learn to fly. She sits there paralyzed one more day alone, but white scars in the drop down curtain over the world. Her mother spent her 9 to 5 of panic for a girl. When will she fight back? She sits there paralyzed one more day alone, but white scars in the drop down curtain over the world. Her mother spent her 9 to 5 of panic for a girl. When will she fight back?
Thank you so much.
Let's move over to theatre. Jonathan, how are you? Oh God, Andy, who's Jonathan? There's a Jonathan. Jonathan, you're so a little bit premature, Jonathan. There's a lot of names. Andy, tell me about where you're from and what you do. Grab your mic.
Well, yeah, I run work together, and I am also I was taken on last year, then during lockdown. So I moved house. And got to the board of directors there. Realised that our aims were very similar, and that really everybody should be involved. We think generally adds well-being, and of course, it's well known benefits to health, well-being are immense. So if you're a builder, you think, you're doing woodwork, really in wood, So yeah, there's nothing to say that just because you think it's not for you, not.
Why? Was the wrong word. The group of people.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think it's certainly this kind of reverse the way that say you're average kind of music, they're a lot of people don't really reach part on part back. I think a lot of things And also where it is. Quite often, you know, all, people stuff. Not everybody's going to come. So what we do with work, we go in a place, restaurant, pub, random. You go there of their own accord, and then all of a sudden they're complaining. This is nowhere. Right.
You are their gateway.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. So it's, so the aim is really make the special that strength, make that on the back. What we're doing at the bank, using free product this past really, they've had challenges that none of us in our life, we're now at. So it reaches those kids that have not a lot else to do. Maybe they're putting on. I suppose there's a lot of antisocial behaviour, or maybe feed vandalism, and reach those people because you're saying before that you're putting on a almost reach middle or that's not who you necessarily want to reach. You're trying to engage young. You're not going to necessarily do that with a piece of music. Yeah. So that you've got to look another way. In some respects, the pandemic's been good. One and also to look closer to home. Stand brimming with loads well above weight. In terms of skill. And that we like promote bank, with so we'll use local local artists, posters, local, whatever it might be, all as full as possible. Promote and also to show, you might not think of you, but this person's from just your road. Their job. Maybe you could too.
Yeah. Again, it goes to that whole you can do what you want in the world. Don't job.
Yeah.
Can happen. Do you think that it's almost to blame them? Because
I think in some respects, yes. I mean, but you've got to make cost. And if you've got a long rehearsal period, you're running a event. Few different those bands, they relatively. I'm not saying it doesn't cost, but in comparison, don't necessarily 3 months one.
I mean, you could just not book Jude Law. Would probably
he does like to get his money's worth.
He's always there, isn't he? Every time you're walking through Soho.
It's that cheeky smile of.
So, I mean, lockdown you said was for everyone.
Sure.
We feel, is crossed that we're coming out of this. What got?
Well, I mean, for personally, I mean, I'm talking up basically as soon as meant to open. We've got five date book, different locations, north stuff, even relatively straightforward. Then I'm off tour with another. So, there are things opening up. Great that so much body at once. Above wave over a year now. In terms of the online stuff, a lot of people don't like. You always run the risk, especially what it ends up being neither. Or, it's kind of trying to best both neither. But in the so I was saying that once it does monologue, so maybe might be People an opportunity that something would this.
I think the only thing that concerns me with bands and stuff online and all have a phone and you're in a story. You're gonna move.
Sure.
I think when you're going.
That's obviously need. Port. But if you're there, why go to the loo when it's
Jude
not the
Law
interval?
hates it when you get
Jude
a tweet.
Law hates that.
He really does.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank
you. We've all been there. Let's talk to Matt. Matt, give it a so, love to see you. Tell us a little bit about what you Cambridge?
I have one of the largest in the region.
But you don't live, is that right?
I live around the corner. My son's.
Oh my gosh, incredible. So that's something, like you were talking earlier, and Jensen was saying that, so promote what he wants to do. I mean, that's almost.
Yeah, I mean, my family, my grew up in the theatre. Parents were singers and musicians. Had been ruined. And we tried to encourage, saying how awful it was being a musician. Completely rebelled.
Never listened.
But I mean, I think it's really. But I think there is something really vital about people not only to find themselves, but tell people age. And we also need really a value of mental young people. Really, all of much value of do people age. Vision of people are our future. And we have to give the opportunity. People like mentioned jump teach, well, so big buff, stories that really but the thing for us through all of that policy point inclusive can be true, but people in about human people hearing a young band. It's younger, sorry. It's like
3 years later, one of them's going to be married and the other one's going to have a really awkward boyfriend.
But yeah, I'm really looking forward to 3 years. When that. But every opportunity to bring people.
It's interesting, you talk about diversity as well. Talk earlier, what she does in Renip is very similar. Brings those diverse people together, gives them that opportunity. So it's incredible what what we look like, but that what should be happening. You did touch on the fact that there's a lot of thing that a lot of what we do. You think that when do really using such a book, really do you then people will realise how important it?
I mean, I think everybody's really missing what most people. Team has been amazing. People music being buying boutique plug, but I think we're really missing being. Think we charge people put people, but people will want to. 20 one thing people every people people
Such a, just people that day TV are incredible. Which is more than that. Which is why I think it's really important that everyone in this room, they can come together, hope, create. You're sending your son. An absolute pleasure. I cannot wait to get a free ticket to one of those the dark shows next to someone with nothing.
we could charge 20 quid.
Yes, 20 quid. No, probably be a. I'm excited to see what a social distance mosh pit's going to be like. Oh, sorry. And stage diving.
I mean, that's
gone, right? We can't stage dive anymore. You will hit the floor.
We will go. I think we have to have hope. Socially distant. What they were saying, like, we big. Do you need? What? But we know. We know. People need. Need all of. They're getting that. That got people listening, seeing the work. I think continuing, whether we like the increase, we put people, Canada, people, Russia.
I was going to say as well. band. Do start.
And also, on venue. Look. Place. Pay. But if we could reduce those, but so people.
Good.
But no, it's never.
Never. Thank you so much. Well, I think we've teased live music enough, but I think we need to hear or later. Last evening, the incredible 3 years.
So much for having us today. This last song is called Way Back.
Way, way back, not long ago, when we could be on our own, Mom said to me that I was going nowhere.
Way, way back when you were all alone.
I picked you up so you could
Know that I'm not happy on my own.
wanting to fight sadness inside. We should have known better alone. Wanting something more. It's too late now when you're lying on the bed. You're wanting something more. It's too late now when you're lying on the bed. Way, way back, not long ago, I thought about if I could have loved you, but now is it just fear of losing you?
But I'll come back. You know I always do.
I haven't learned my lesson
Yet for you, so still I lie and wait for you.
wanting to fight sadness inside. We should have known better alone. Wanting something more. It's too late now when you're lying on the bed. You're wanting something more. It's too late now when you're lying on the bed. You can't give up when you are here with me. Can't give up, can't give up. Hope is alright. Oh, can't give up when you are here with me. Can't give up, can't give up. Hope is alright. Wanting something more. It's too late now when you're lying on the bed. You're wanting something more. It's too late now when you're lying on the bed. You're wanting something more. It's too late now when you're lying on the bed. You're wanting something more. It's too late now when you're lying on the bedroom floor.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
The incredible 3 years younger. I feel like I'm in the dark now. I'm in the dark. It's fine. I'm in the dark. No, it's better in the. Let's talk to Jonathan. Jonathan, how are you? Thank you so much for coming tonight. Tell me a little bit about what you do.
So I'm here. Ben referred. But everyone with
So let me ask you, how do you make that decision of what should be funded, how it should be funded, and what you think for students to be part of?
but
Favoritism.
try not to, and which is why we really make
We were talking to many people here this evening that have all said the same thing about funding for almost like government, that this is not important, and we all know how important it is to many people, health and that social part of entertainment. We've shown how much we need. Is that something that you struggled with to find funding to be able to take that into consideration?
we've been really gonna way
Do you think, when we touched on this earlier, do you think that will be important?
I think with great
I mean, that's fantastic. We need to talk about DSTV because I was saying I've worked with these guys today, and they are actually incredible. The talent in this room alone, before I was amazing. It's gone slightly, but they are fantastic. And you can see why it's so important. This generation make inspired filmmaking. You must be proud.
Incredible. When I first started, my role all over, quite get round here. Just go. Work. College, one of those. On
Fantastic. Just a quick thing. Touched on the fact that you're getting millions from Europe, where the decimal point is in my wage. Okay, it's fine. We'll talk about it later. Thank you so much, Jonathan, everybody. Thank you so much. Isn't it funny Jonathan got the biggest round of applause from all the staff? With the mic. Hallie, lovely to see you. Thank you so much. Tell me a little bit about what you
Any start?
during lockdown built. People have found the
Like every, so you know,
I was locked really.
gone. So it's really
Now told me that would that be? There was very funny look when you walked in. Why was that?
at Thursday College, and you know, I left there. I we were like
I particularly love what Seymour said, though, that you know he didn't have motivation from those adults, and now everyone else could be. They already have family member, you can get so many other people doing it.
I always have always
thought you were going to. I was getting worried. Dreams can come true. They don't know the rest of it. Callie, thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, Callie, everybody. That literally brings us to the end of tonight, but I cannot thank everyone here at DSTV. Every one of the students that has put this together is nothing short of a phenomenal talent. Can we give a huge round of applause for DSTV? And of course, give yourselves a round of applause. We cannot thank you enough for coming out and mingling with us, socially distanced, of course, drinking socially distanced adult drinks as well. And you know what? I think together, we're all going to make something very, very special. And I think we're witnessing stars of the future. You guys, the inspiration for the generation coming forward with. You know what? I think far away, back where it should be. I hope big. So thank you so much for coming, genuinely. It's been an absolute pleasure to meet all of you, but we cannot go without giving you some more. Ladies and gentlemen, she goes by one name, so Madonna. It's Beth.
I've learned my lesson by now. I should have never have trusted you. 2 a.m. haste state of mind. Knew this was too good to be true. Skylines tower overpower my thoughts. My mind was broken from words implosion. Voices hard. I'll rise up again and they'll know the truth. I'll scream the pain of my heart. It used to be for you. Prevail by your sentence you condemned us to. We'll scream out till you're broken and light up like with glow sticks. My reflection's a ghost, but it will fade away. Yes, I have to snap before I shine a day. I'll rise up again and they'll know the truth. Scream out till you're broken and light up like we're glow sticks. I wonder what it's like to not feel so broken. Yes, this silence is deafening, making all the wounds reopen. Your skylines tower overpower my thoughts. My mind was broken from words implosion. Voices hard. I will rise up again and they'll know the truth. I'll scream the pain of my heart. It used to be for you. Prevail by your sentence you condemned us to. We'll scream out till you're broken and light up like with glow sticks. My reflection's a ghost, but it will fade away. Yes, I have to snap before I shine a day. I will rise up again and they'll know the truth. We'll scream out till you're broken and light up like we're glow sticks. Cries into muffling sounds that I could trust in. Hypnotized by the brightest of lights in Hollywood. This patriarchal society was all it took. Forcing my being not to throw in the book. But this is a new chapter of my life. I'm not taking the wheel, you don't get to decide. Not now, not here, my cries, they won't paralyze. No. I'll scream the pain of my heart. It used to be feel. Prevailed by your sentence, you condemned us to scream out till you're broken and light up like we're glow sticks.
Very much. My name is Beth Eliza, and the next song I'm going to sing for you is an original.
I was a fortune dressed in a tragedy, shifting the focus to a state of anonymity. My youthful innocence you laid to rest, slipping through my fingers to try to stay a hold of it. Glass heart in bubble wrap, or was I sitting duck? You smashed it into pieces, didn't seem to give a fuck. I found out this is what you get when the good one goes. I fell black and blue from the devil's cameo. Wisps of tears waste away, leading me astray. Would you waste a feeling on your mind's oppressive healing? Would you say that she was just the only game to play? Fighting through the mess with life's consequential test to filter out the hellish nightmare that you put me through. I was losing me when loving you, reaping romances. I should have known that I pay when I'm waiting for you. Rushed on to the stage when you grabbed my waist, and without haste I believed every word that you said, listening to it, hoping that this fairy tale would never end. Underneath this was far from it. I was governed by the king's censorship. Wisps of tears waste away, leading me astray. Would you waste a feeling on your mind's oppressive healing? Would you say that she was just the only game to play? Fighting through the mess is life's consequential test to filter out the hellish nightmare that you put me through. I was losing me when loving you. Now your laughs are gone, and time I was constrained. Murmurs of a marching band are playing in my brain. Final straws are drawn, I'm at the expiration date. You throw away your stupid words and time my words constraints. Nowadays turn the nights I'm running from the hate that you give no name. Throw me back to the shell of a ghost, and I'm screaming out now, that's not fair. Hearts from religious array, I have the price to pay, but I'll have the final word to say. Would you say that she was just the only game? Would you waste a feeling on your mind's oppressive feeling? Would you say that she was just the only game to play? Fighting through the mess was life's consequential test to filter out the hellish nightmare that you put me through. I was losing me from loving you, losing me from loving you.